Supporters of Ernest Johnson were hoping the Supreme Court would step in at the last minute to stop his execution, but the justices refused. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brad Stevens.
And I'm Carolyn Long. Johnson was sentenced to death for killing 3 people during a gas station robbery back in 1994. And tonight, he was executed for those crimes at the state prison in Bonne Terre, Missouri.
KCTV5's Emily Rittman joins us now live. She talked with supporters who gathered for an execution watch in Kansas City. Emily, what made this death sentence so controversial?
Well, Brad, Johnson's attorneys argued that Johnson should spend the rest of his life in prison and should not be executed because he has an intellectual disability. His attorneys say after several examinations, each found that he did have an intellectual disability. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court denied his attorneys' requests for a stay of execution.
I'm here to stand for life and for stopping executions.
Missourians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty say they are saddened by the U.S. Supreme Court's decision, but not shocked.
Why wouldn't you cry when you've got a guy who's probably got the intellect of a 6th grader is going to have something stuck in his arm and his life drained out of him?
That's a life, and his life matters too. And the next person that is on death row, their life matters too.
Mabel Scruggs, Fred Jones, and Mary Brachter.
Advocates read the names of the 3 victims Johnson was convicted of killing in 1994 at a Casey's General Store in Columbia, including manager Mary Bracher and employees Mabel Scruggs and Fred Jones.
I just pray for them.
They prayed for their families and Johnson.
I'd like to say a big prayer.
A relative of one of the victims said they are the real victims in this case. They posted on social media that their relative died a violent death and was beaten so badly that they were missing part of their frontal lobe. Governor Mike Parson said in a statement Monday, quote, Mr. Johnson's claim that he is not competent to be executed has been reviewed and rejected by a jury and the courts 6 different times, including a unanimous decision by the Missouri Supreme Court, end quote.
This is very personal to me, and it breaks my heart. In no way does it wipe away the crime, but what it does is it says, can they coexist? Can you commit a crime, and can we responsibly take care of you as a human till the end of your life and make sure that you don't commit another crime, but make sure that you're behind bars.
The Missouri Department of Corrections released an image of Johnson's final statement. It said in part, quote, I am sorry and have remorse for what I do. I want to say that I love my family and friends. I love the Lord with all my heart and soul. If I am executed, I know where I'm going, to heaven, because I ask him to forgive me, end quote. 4 relatives representing all 3 victims were present. Johnson's witnesses included relatives and his attorney. None of the relatives spoke after the execution. There were 59 demonstrators outside of the prison grounds. Reporting live, Emily Rittman, KCTV5 News.
Emily, thank you. And here's a little more of Johnson's final statement, just as he wrote it. He said, I am thankful for all that my lawyer has done for me. They made me feel love as if I was family to them. For all the people that have prayed for me, I thank them from the bottom of my heart.